So growing up, you always had cats who, you know, they your natural bullies and they your natural, you know what I'm saying, neighborhood gang members and stuff like that. But when I was coming up, it was kind of dying out as far as the seriousness of it. You see what I'm saying? The seriousness of it when I was coming up, it wasn't on that level. And what I mean by that is, for example, cats will look at me and be like, "Oh, where you from?" Bruh, I'm a grown man. I ain't from nowhere. Like, we just talking like that because I'm trying to stand on what I'm standing on. You see what I'm saying? Cats would be like, "Oh, you scary because you ain't from the city. You ain't want to be from nowhere." They don't even care about where I'm from. They just want me to tell them that I'm from somewhere. They don't care if I'm telling them I'm a Crip, I'm a Blood. It wasn't even about that. They just want to hear, where are you from? Are you bold enough to say that you banging? Because that was the narrative that was put on the youth at that time. You see what I'm saying?
So you was, okay, so the side of town that you lived in, it was more so like the Crips or the Bloods?
The area I was at was the Crips. When I'm in middle school, growing up in South Central, cats wasn't growing up in middle school trying to just jump you. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't getting jumped because of gang banging. I fought so many so-called gang bang bullies in middle school and in high school. You see what I'm saying? And it didn't turn into, oh man, Shalamah better lead his school type time. You see, it didn't turn into that because it wasn't that serious. Now, for example, just out here in Las Vegas, I know that a lot of the times what would happen is some cat that's originally from South Central, who spent all of his days in South Central, he would come out here to Las Vegas or go somewhere else. And he's trying to spread the same exact culture amongst the youth. You see what I'm saying? That don't mean that the youth is gonna represent what he represented in the same light or the same type of way, in the best type of way. You see what I'm saying? So when I was coming up, even though you had cats that was, yeah, my uncle was so-and-so and this, and this, that. You see what I'm saying? I was growing up with a father who was like, man, stay away from all of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be a part of that. You see what I'm saying? And because I didn't fully understand that you gotta be there for your brothers and be willing to forgive your brothers, and you gotta be willing to fight for your brothers, but in a different way. Because I wasn't understanding what that meant, I'm fighting my brothers. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking like, man, y'all got me effed up. Y'all got me fucked up right now, so like it. Y'all not finna come at me asking me where I'm from and this is this. We fighting every day. You see what I'm saying? But I didn't go to school fearing somebody gonna gun me down. You see what I'm saying? That wasn't the fear the way I know it could have been back in '96. What other brothers might have dealt with back in that time, what other brothers might have dealt with. That's kind of what I mean by it wasn't necessarily the same when I was coming up. You see what I'm saying? So
where do you think the mentality came from? Like the whole gang culture mentality came from for California?
Now, this is what I was taught. From what I was taught when gang banging first started, as a community, it was to fight against oppression. It was something that started to stand against our oppressors coming into our communities to assert their authority over us. You see what I'm saying? Crip, from what I was taught, stood for community revolution and progress. Blood was brotherly love, overcome our depression. You see what I'm saying? It was a brotherly thing. Brothers, one thing about black people, we always attempt to come together. But because we don't ever come together under the right authority, under the authority of the Lord, it's something that always fails and will always turn against us. And that's something that we, as a nationality, as a people, have to understand.